Good day, dear friends. Myself, Dr Akshatha Fernandes from Bengaluru, India. I completed my graduation from GHMC, Bengaluru in 2009, practicing predictive homeopathy since then. I joined Global GNM WhatsApp group 5 years ago. My actual learning of GNM started 4 months back when I went through 15 cases posted by Dr Varghese sir in Global GNM Telegram group. I was amazed by the way the cases were taken, the in-detail narration of conflict, analysis of each case as per GNM guidelines and treatment by resolving the conflict. Since then, I am reading GNM sincerely on daily basis and started applying my GNM knowledge to find the conflict in my patients. I am thankful to Dr. Varghese sir for introducing me to this beautiful science and also giving me this opportunity to present before you all the learning of my GNM from past few months. Today I am presenting on topic healthy mind equals to healthy body. We all have heard of the saying sound mind in a sound body. What does this mean? Sound body means a healthy body free from diseases. Sound mind means a mind capable of happy and positive thinking. Today we are living in fast life and we are always stressed. We don't have time to eat properly, sleep properly, no time to exercise. We are always under pressure to meet deadlines and targets. We want to achieve a lot in short time. To achieve this, we need to be healthy physically and mentally. Today we will discuss how our psyche affects our health and cause disease. Psyche, either positive or negative, impact our body in its own way. Psyche is directly linked with production of various chemicals, hormones and neurotransmitters in our body. Depending upon our psyche, amount of production of chemicals, hormones are altered. Say about emotions like anger, sadness, fear, happiness, depression, all of these have their own impact on chemical and hormone production, and these altered level of chemicals and hormones cause certain changes in body which we perceive as symptoms, and collectively they are called as diseases. Remember, our body does not lie. When a person falls sick, he needs to evaluate what is going in my life to develop this symptom. It will be something unexpected which causes emotional distress and then person ends up falling sick. Now we will understand some common illnesses and conflicts behind it. First one is runny nose, dry nose, stuffy nose, sinus issues, all diseases related to nose. In our life, we all have experienced these symptoms on a regular basis. Let us understand the causes for runny nose or sinus issues. Here the organ affected is nose. Main function of nose is sensation of smell. Conflict here is termed as stink conflict. When a person smells a trouble or when there is a potential threat, nasal mucosa is affected. Example, smelling a competitor or an opponent at work, at school, at home or in a relationship. It can also be experienced through an offending odor or unpleasant smell, especially when the particular smell is associated with danger. For example, exposure to cigarette smoke. It can trigger the conflict for someone who believes that second-hand smoke causes lung cancer. If a person feels a strong odor as dangerous, for example, any kind of smoke, someone smoking, strong perfumes or odors where he feels it stinks, I'm fed up with this, then he comes up with symptoms related to nose. Here we need to evaluate what unexpected situation gives such feeling. The feeling is this stinks, I'm fed up with this. Any situation where person feels this stinks, I'm fed up with this will affect nose and nasal mucosa. Runny nose is very common in children. Find out what is the change in their routine and where they felt I'm fed up with this. Any situation or circumstance where a person feels irritated or annoyed, the nasal mucosa get affected. As winter begins, few of us develop running nose. Not everyone on earth suffer from common cold in winter. Only those who hate winter, who feel I'm fed up with this season, suffer from coryza or nasal complaints. Similar complaints are seen during approach of spring. Conventional medicine blames virus for causing coryza. If virus was the cause of common cold, virus should have affected every person on earth. Why only few? Sometimes blame goes on immunity. Then we need to question why immunity went low. Not eating well, less sleep, living in unhealthy atmosphere, etc. lowers the immunity. Along with this, our emotions are also responsible in lowering our immunity. Next, we will discuss about cough. Cough is very common condition affecting lungs. We all know the function of lungs, that is, it helps in breathing, which is essential to be alive. Conflict here is called as threat for life. When a person feels, I am unable to breathe, lungs get affected. It is termed as fear fright or death fright conflict. This is experienced in any life-threatening situation. For example, when a person meets with an accident or during a medical emergency or when test reports show abnormality and person feels panic, or when a grave disease is diagnosed, say about cancer, in such situation person feels it's like a death sentence. Or statements by physicians such as the cancer which you have is malignant or you have 6 months to live, etc. can evoke an acute death panic. Self-diagnosis shocks can also trigger fear fright. For example, when a lady detects a lump in her breast or finds blood in stool or blood in urine, etc. Now we will understand one more common disease, that is asthma, which is expressed as difficulty in breathing. Conflict here is fear fright conflict. Along with that, whenever a person has fear of suffocating, a panic of not getting enough air, he suffers from difficulty in breathing. Situations like strict parenting, dominating in-laws, dominating manager or boss create a suffocating feeling, or a person may feel, I am not allowed to live freely, feels being stuck in life, not able to do anything. Along with this, fear fright conflict, which I already explained in relation to lung, will lead to development of asthma. These days, most of us have the habit of searching in Google about minor health issues, and we end up reading something scary, and we may come up with symptoms affecting lung, extending from simple cough to pneumonia based on intensity of our emotions. Next, we will discuss about skin related complaints. We all know the function of skin, that is sensation of touch. Conflict related to skin is suppuration conflict. All the diseases such as dermatitis, itching, diaper rash, eczema, psoriasis, lichen planus, vitiligo all come under this category. Suppuration conflict is experienced as loss of physical touch. We will understand the scenarios. When mother goes back to work, child misses her mother's touch and may suffer a suppuration conflict. In case of children, children experience suppuration conflict when they are scolded, punished or abused, or when a new sibling is born who gets more attention, or when parents split up, or when they are not allowed to meet their friends, or when they have to separate from their favorite doll. All these situations can create suppuration conflict and child may feel loss of physical touch. In case of adults, when there is fear of losing touch or contact with someone, in case of divorce or a long distance relationship, fear of losing loved ones, etc. In case of old people, whenever they are not taken care well, when they feel neglected, they can come up with bed sores. Even pet animals suffer from suppuration conflict when their master leaves, dies, or when they are put in kennel. Another aspect of suppuration conflict is when a person wants to separate from another person but unable to do so. Example, when a person wants to separate from a terrorizing boss but unable to do so. Want to separate from an annoying colleague or an annoying friend or an abusive parent or abusive spouse. Again, the skin gets affected. Wanting to separate can be from material things too. When a person wants to separate from something which is close to skin, it can be a face mask, helmet, discomforting clothing, comforting shoes, wet diapers, etc. Another aspect of suppuration conflict is separation from something that one is no longer allowed to touch or not able to touch. A child is very fond of a musical instrument or a favorite noisy toy or mobile phone, but the parents restrict from using it, and child may come up with separation conflict affecting the skin. Next we will discuss about one more skin condition affecting skin, that is acne. Here the conflict is termed as attack conflict, where person feels attacked. We all relate acne to hormonal changes, oily food, sweets, etc. But it is not true. Not every teenager has acne, sometimes even adults have it. Acne mostly appear on face during puberty, and it affects only those teenagers who are concerned about looks, who feel unattractive, who feel I am not looking good, etc. Appearance of acne itself gives a disfigured feeling and causes more acne to develop. Also, during teenage, there are more confrontations either with parents, teachers, authorities, and when a person considered it as attack, skin gets affected. Other situations like judgment, criticism, gossips can also be considered as attack conflict. Next we will discuss about one more common condition, that is gastric related complaints, ranging from gastritis, heartburn, GERD, peptic ulcers, etc. Here the stomach is involved. We all know the function of stomachs, that is digestion of food. Any situation or circumstance when a person feels I am not able to digest this, stomach gets affected. Conflict here is termed as territorial anger conflict. Eating disagreeable food causes stomach upset or vomiting. If an indigestible food is in stomach, vomiting is a positive sign. It helps to eliminate indigestible food. A person may vomit when he is unable to digest an abusive word or insult. Person may develop indigestible anger when there is dispute at home, bitter quarrel at workplace, anger at school, at playground or in old age home. Quarrels over land, property, annoying noise in the house or neighborhood, fight over a parking place, over a toy can also provoke a territorial anger conflict and result in gastric related complaints. Next we will discuss about diarrhea. Whenever something disagreeable is eaten, it causes diarrhea. It is a positive sign to eliminate it from the body. In other terms, any situation or circumstance which a person feels I can't digest or absorb also result in diarrhea. Conflict is experienced as anger. Feeling here is I can't digest it. Let us understand situation where a person may feel I can't digest it. Anger about a person. It can be a family member, friend, neighbor, colleague, employee, supervisor, client, teacher, student, classmate, coach, authorities, etc. Or anger about a situation. It can be work related anger, school related anger, relationship related anger, or about remarks, some accusation, insults, criticism, or some news which is hard to take or difficult to digest. Diarrhea can also be triggered by anxiety, which results in increased movement of intestine, resulting in diarrhea. Any unexpected distress which the person is not able to digest results in diarrhea. In case of an anticipated purchase, promotion, before a presentation, interview or exam, this all can cause anxiety and result in diarrhea. Next we will discuss about constipation. Here intestines are involved. Conflict here is inability to pass something indigestible. For example, food which is difficult to digest, which causes difficulty in intestinal movements leading to constipation. Or holding on to negative emotion, something which is making you angry and upset, something that is hard to digest, you are unable to pass it on or let go. It can be a fight with family member or sibling regarding property or ownership, when you miss a promotion or a business deal. These are the situations resulting in constipation. Look for what is that you are not able to digest and not able to let go. Find out what is the event that happened which you are not able to digest and resolve. That is the cause for constipation. Next we will discuss about rectum related complaints. We know the function of rectum. It facilitates expulsion of fecal matter. Rectum is affected in situation where a person feels this is shit. In case of a dirty business, malicious slander, mean accusation, when person feels it has shitty incidences, it will result either in hemorrhoids, rectal abscesses, rectal polyp, rectal bleeding or anal fissures. There is one more aspect, that is when a person suffers from identity conflict. When a person is unable to establish his position or place, or when a person feels unsettled, not knowing where to belong, not finding his place in a relationship, within the family, the group at work, etc. Or not knowing what choices to make, not knowing where to go. When he has problem with decision making, again he may feel it's like a shit. Next we will discuss about body pains, bony pains, muscular pains where muscles, joints, bones, ligaments, tendons, etc. are affected. Here the conflict is self-devaluation, which affects self-esteem of a person and lowers his self-worth. Situation where a person faces humiliation, it can be because of accusation, scoldings, negative remarks, or it can be because of abuse, which is physical, sexual or verbal. It can be because of failures either at work, in sports, in a relationship, as a parent or partner, or when a person is feeling of shame or guilt, or when there is a loss of status, loss of workplace, retirement, when a person feels he is out of commission, or when in old age when a person feels I am not as good as I used to be, or when he feels I am getting old, I am useless, etc. Self-devaluating words such as I am a failure, I will never succeed, all these also affect bones, muscles or ligaments. Next we will discuss about cervical spondylosis. The conflict is intellectual self-devaluation. When a person blames his intellect or his decision, cervical spine is affected. When a person fails in an intellectual task, either at school or at work, or when a person has made a mistake and he blames his decision, again cervical spondylosis may occur. When a person hears insulting remarks from either teacher, coach, employee, colleague, partner, parent, which makes the person feel slow or stupid. Self-talk such as I am an idiot, I am not smart enough, these are also self-devaluating talks. Next we will discuss about lumbar spondylosis or lower back related complaints. This occurs whenever a person experiences humiliating or degrading treatment, or when a person feels unsupported by a family member, partner, friend, colleague, employer, or when person devaluates himself because of this. Next we will discuss about liver related complaints. The conflict here is called as starvation conflict. Person can experience this conflict in real terms due to lack of food. When a person is put on strict diet or not allowed to eat his favorite food, liver can get affected. Also, when there is threat of starvation, which is brought on when there is an unexpected loss of workplace, pay cuts, loss of business, person goes bankrupt, loss of clients, unexpected rent increase, an economically devastating divorce, loss of savings, financial debts, losing of family member who provided financial support. All these are the situations which create distress of running out of resources to feed oneself. And liver pathologies such as fatty liver, enlarged liver, hepatitis, cirrhosis, etc. can be resulted. Next we will discuss about one more common condition, that is thyroid related complaints. These days hypothyroidism is very common. Whenever right lobe of the thyroid is affected, the situation is when a person is not able to catch something. It can be a job, a position, promotion, contract, business or any purchase. Person strongly desires but too slow to grab it. Whenever left lobe of the thyroid is affected, it happens when a person is not fast enough to eliminate something. It can be a term paper or any kind of goods, foul stocks, or a person. It can be a tenant, employee, or a business partner. Person wants to eliminate that person, but he is unable to do so. Along with this, people who are in competitive world are more prone to develop thyroid related issues. Business managers, sales agents, vendors, athletes, sport competitors who are always under deadline pressure, or people who are working in 2 jobs. Single mothers are also easily affected when they can't meet the pressure. All these are the situations which can lead to thyroid related complaints. Till now, we understood how our psyche and various conflicts are responsible for our ill health. Now the next step is resolving the conflict. We should be aware about the emotional conflicts which cause the development of physical symptoms. As I already explained, every physical symptom has a particular cause at the level of mind and emotions. Conflict occurs when we have too many expectations from life and these expectations are not met. Stressful experiences are common in life. We need to learn how to manage these situations. It is essential to change the pattern of our thinking. Instead of worrying about the problem or stress, we should focus on finding a suitable solution. When we do this, we will be able to concentrate on finding a particular solution for a negative situation. We should be aware that our body has remarkable self-healing capabilities. If we find out what caused a particular disease or physical complaint, we will be able to resolve it, and by this we can resolve symptoms too. When free, spend some time in silence. Introspect your thoughts. Be engaged physically and emotionally. Develop some skill, either playing a sport, working on a puzzle, doing some artwork. All this help in calming the mind and also help to feel good about ourselves. Our health is in our hand. Hope the information I shared will help you live a healthy life. Thank you all for your patient hearing. Thank you once again.